Welcome back, everyone. Marvin Jackson here with Donna Hopkins, Lou Holder, Santana Moss, and Ryan Smith of Tampa Bay Bucks. Let's talk about this big matchup between Brady and Mahomes, and just this Super Bowl, the overall interest in it. It seems like so many people are really excited about this Super Bowl.
Yeah, hey Ron, I want to jump back to Ron because defense is going to be the key in that Kansas City game, and I got to give a shout out to Todd Bowles, who was a former player with the Washington football team, and he probably will tell you stories about winning a Super Bowl when he was in Washington. But Ron, when you look at that Kansas City game coming up, and you've got so much speed on the other side with Mahomes, first of all, you got to contain. And then you got Hill, who has speed just coming around the corner. They've got so much speed as far as on that team. They've got weapons that come from all over the place. How do you contain that kind of, those individuals on offense when you got so many people that you have to contain?
We got speed too.
Well, I'm not taking away from that.
No. I'm just saying we got speed.
You got speed.
We got speed too. I understand. They're good. They're good squad. They got some good players over there. But Bo's gonna put us in the right situation to succeed. We gonna be straight. Nobody worry about that. I know the first game we lost. It's cool, but that don't matter about now. He gonna put us in the right situation for this game.
How special is Todd Bowles? I mean,
Yeah, he know what he's talking about. Like I told my friend earlier, I wish he was my coach coming in as a rookie. I think I would have been further along in my career with the knowledge he has and how he just lets us play. He shoots knowledge to us. We apply it on the field, and we just play. I didn't have that comfortability my first 3 years, and like I said, I just wish I had him as a coach when I first came to the league. I think I'd be a way better player.
Ryan, can I just ask you about, I know it's been oversaid and everything like that. Watching Tom Brady work, to see somebody at, the people who played with and against Michael Jordan, the people who played with, some the Montanas and some of these unbelievable players that just see the game from a different level. When you're on the field and you see Tom Brady working, is it as much of a work as art as everybody's seeing? This is 1 year now, and he's just transformed. You called him a game manager or somebody who can just manage a game, but the way he does stuff and how infectious it is. Do you ever watch on the defensive end be like, yo, I'm watching this doctor go to work?
Yeah, I see it in practice as well. So It's like the game is not that new to me, but I guess from the outside looking in, you would say. He's just about to go to work, and it's just amazing to see. It's amazing to see, but I kind of got used to it, so it's like, I bet we good. We're gonna be straight.
It's just Tom.
Yeah,
it's Tom. Yeah, Tom being Tom, basically, and like the work he put in behind the scenes. Like I said, I've been seeing some stuff he done in practice, so it's nothing new to me.
I heard that he talks to everybody on the team. He's very, that kind of guy where it doesn't matter who you are. He speaks. Yeah. Very cordial with everyone.
He's a very down-to-earth person. He's very cool. He's not like he's a superstar, but he's not one of the superstars who just, to himself or don't talk to nobody. He gonna show everybody the same respect and love. He's a good person.
Santana?
One of the things I wanted to ask Ryan just coming into this game, and I like how he followed that up when Donna asked about, containing all those weapons they have. Honestly, these guys do have something that, when it comes down to it, Patrick Mahomes don't have to be worried, not having a left tackle, and already was missing a right tackle, and having, JPP, Gary, those guys come off the end. We saw that up in Washington. We saw how that defensive front that we had changed the whole, outlook of our defense as a whole. I didn't think our secondary was that tight until you saw these guys work together. So him speaking on Todd Bowles going to have them in the right position. How is that coming into the game, knowing that you have so many guys up front? You have those two ends coming off the each side. You have those two linebackers. What does that do for you guys in the back end, knowing that you have those guys And knowing, I played a little DB growing up as a youngster. We always knew that, hey, when we have guys that can rush the passer, that ball is coming out a little quicker. You know what I mean? So now I have to, I'm going to make sure I, handle my responsibility. I think that would make me a better receiver, just knowing that, hey, if we don't have guys to block, I need to get in and out of these routes a little faster because that ball got to come out a little timely. So what does that do for the secondary, knowing that you have guys that's going to, ignite, your defense and bring that pressure?
Dude, you answered the question for me, for real. Like everything you said is 100% true, man. You got some dogs in the front seven that's gonna bring that pressure. That ball coming out quick, so it gives the DB more confidence. Like he not running by me because the ball come out now. And like I said, we got speed too. We can run with anybody on the field. So like you seen what the front line did last game with Green Bay. Like that's confidence for the secondary right there. Like I can jump some routes. Yeah. It was amazing seeing them go to work, man. And like JPP, all them guys, like them some fools. And like we step on the field.
Trust me, I played against most of them. I know.
I know you did. So it's like, you know what it is, man. It's a great feeling knowing you got some dogs in that front seven.
Let's talk about just the whole thing of being in a Super Bowl, Ryan. A lot of people don't get to play in a Super Bowl, and you will be. And how exciting is that, just being in a Super Bowl?
It's still setting in, honestly. Sure. Mm-hmm. Last week when Chris made that first down, everybody was looking around like, yo, we just won this game. Like, we just won this. We're going to the Super Bowl. Like growing up, I didn't imagine going to the Super Bowl. I would imagine playing basketball. Super Bowl was not in my mind. So the fact that I'm here, and it's still going. It's not even here yet. It's surreal. It feels surreal right now. So
I mean, first of all, not only just going to a Super Bowl, but you guys are the first team to host a Super Bowl at your home field. So that's unreal.
Yeah, and we can see it from practice field. We see the stadium. We see the Super Bowl. It's right there.
That's the unreal factor right there. Like, I understand. I never had that feeling. My brother got a chance to, play in a Super Bowl. So I can only imagine, I can only imagine what you're going through right now as a player. I tip my hat off to you. I played 14 years and trust me, I remember the nights just making it to the playoffs was something for me, especially being in Washington. I had to tell up two ends of my, my career. My first 4 years, I went to playoffs 3 out of 4 years as a youngster. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be something I can get used to. Then the last 10 years, I went 3 times in 10 years. So I'm saying to myself, like, man, so just to have that experience, man, I tip my hat off to you. Make sure you enjoy it. Make sure you have that same mindset. You guys have that same mindset like you did in college. Hey, whatever we didn't do, to make us go out there and do what we've been doing every Sunday, let's continue to do that. The Super Bowl only comes around to so many of us. So all that partying, I'm pretty sure it's different now with COVID and everything anyway. But no, honestly, man, it's something that I can only imagine. But for you guys to host that at home, man, you guys have to really relish in that, but I can only see a guy like Tom being in that situation. You know what I mean? It just seems it was just like a storybook making. Like Tom comes to you guys his first year, and now he's hosting for his 10th Super Bowl appearance. He's hosting at home.
That's the crazy part. His first year, the first year. Yeah, that's just amazing, man. It's amazing.
And then the levels of what's going to need to happen when the Super Bowl is at home versus, it's already a circus, but to the level that I'm sure that your head coach and everybody's going to be talking about on how you got to really, really keep things in perspective. Has that hit home yet? That, you're in like you said, you can see the Super Bowl right there. So, you got to be able to manage that. Is that something that has set into that you're going to have to manage a different level of Super Bowl excitement?
Me personally, nah, I'm cool. I know it's a big deal. Like, it's a huge deal. I'm excited. And, a lot of people, blowing it up and everything. Me personally, like, I've been playing this game forever. So it's like another game, really. But I'm not, like, downplaying the situation. I know it's a big game. But I'm at the same time, I'm not too high and I'm not too low. I'm just, like, real mellow. So it's like, it's football. Another game, we play the Chiefs. And we older.
Pretty sure y'all be ready.
I was just saying that it probably is good to just be like even keel that it's another game, even though we know that it's a Super Bowl. But going back to being able to play at home, how much does that help you all as a team that you don't have to pack to go anywhere? If anything, all you got to do is pack to go the night before to the hotel. So everything is still familiar for you all, where Kansas City has to get on a plane and come over that way. How much does that help you all?
Honestly, the way we've been playing, it doesn't matter if we played away. We some road warriors, as you can see. We played away all the playoffs and then getting teams out the way. So I feel like wherever we would have played, we were gonna be straight regardless. So that don't. I mean, it's exciting to know we're playing at home, but I feel like if we played anywhere else, it wouldn't even matter. We're gonna be straight.
Oh, I like that.
I like that. He said we just getting people out the way.
Out the way.
I love it. There must be some great camaraderie on that team right now.
It really is, man. People come together. It's a beautiful sight seeing everybody come together like we are.
Let's talk a little bit about these coordinators that you all have minority coordinators over there in Tampa who are guys that possibly could go further as head coaches. But one thing that we have that has happened here in Washington is we have a new general manager who played for Washington, Martin Mayhew. That's history making because we also have a president of the football team who is African American. So
and a woman coach.
Jennifer King.
And a woman coach.
Right.
Yeah, Jennifer King.
That's right. A woman coach. Santana, can you talk about that? What that means to this area? If you were still here as a player.
Well, I'm still there covering the team. So I mean that's monumental when you think about it. You know, especially speaking from a standpoint, just knowing, you know, what we've been through this last year and a half, just with some of the different things that, you know, those different allegations that have come out, the repeating years of just people trying to find a way to get Dan Snyder to sell his team. You know, it's so much crap. But to see that we are making a lot of moves in the right direction, and we are one of the teams that we can kind of say we are one of the first teams to do a lot of different things when it comes to that. It's great. You know, I think it's great for what we're trying to set, the standard and all that. And it just having Ron Rivera there as a coach, it fits what we're doing. It fits him. You know what I mean? Like, I was one of those guys that on the outside looking in, when we first got Ron, I was like, man, I remember playing against him and those teams that, you know, he had over there in Carolina. And you can look at it just from the, you know, the scouting report and tell you, you know, hey, we should dominate these guys. But every time you faced it, it was a dogfight. And that's because that team took on, you know, his personality, you know, the way he played the game, the way he coached the game. And that's something that I always wanted from coaches. You know, when you have that revolving door of coaches, like I had that coaches carousel of, you know, so many different coaches. It's hard to find an identity with your team to really take on something, but you have to have, like what Ryan talked about, certain dogs. And that's why you always heard the names of me, Clinton Porter, Sean Taylor, Cooley, you know, those guys, you know, we was the nucleus those 10 years I was there. And regardless of what coach you brought in, what different staff you brought in, at the end of the day, you look for something to happen. And we was going to have, you know, pretty much come down and be the guys to go out there and do it. So to see some of the moves we're making now in the front office, it's great. But it's, to me, I think it's something that we needed. And I'm thinking it's all started when we, you know, went out there and got Ron as a head coach.
It's just so good to see. I mean, we as people who've covered the team, now Santana's on our side of covering the team too.
Who would ever thought, huh?
All right.
So
listen, to see this team making news in a positive way is so refreshing.
Yeah.
You know, to be the first to do this and the first to do that. And it's all in a positive way after years and years of covering this team when it's been damage control. It is really, really nice to see, you know, Jennifer King and so many others put a positive spin on Washington's football franchise and then not damage control.
All right. Well, that is all the time we have. I'm hearing that we got to move on with the closing, and like to just thank everybody for this great conversation. Ryan Smith, homeboy, You've done well.
Good luck, Ryan.
You've done well.
Keep getting people out the way.
I'm going to say that.
And Santana Moss, thanks for coming and joining us again. Donna and Lou, great job. Like to just acknowledge the passing of Henry Aaron. What an iconic and legendary athlete and human he was. So thanks to everybody. I'm Marvin Jackson. Good luck to Tampa. You're going to need it against Mahomes.
Keep this thing in Florida, Tampa. Come on, Tampa.
That's right. That's right. So I'm Marvin Jackson. We'll see you next time on the Sideline. Take care, everybody. Enjoy the Super Bowl.